Hey there, it's Phoenix Amore. So basically, to summarize this stuff, you had the first summer track team from 4 and 5 years ago, where that lady intentionally did not send me the travel information. Well, that would turn into, oh, well, they just dropped the ball and they didn't come. BS. That's not how that played out. She had already decided she didn't like me. I couldn't even care. Trust me, I did not care. So that would be a situation that mofos would still be doing this about what we supposedly didn't do, and that's how that went down. Second thing, not all about winning, because understand that first track team that we joined, they had basically written X in those same the three boys off on the 4x4, and I pushed them to go ahead and run it. They ended up qualifying, but again, the lady not sending me the travel information. That's why we didn't go to JO. Their renditions of things is always twisted up, and I'm tired this year is where you have to sort it all out, because it's now affecting a whole lot of kids and it's not okay. So even in the 8th grade, this is where I was trying to take people. You read my little blog and you think you know history and you don't. They started this in 8th grade. The new coach to the area was like, what the hell going on with this boy here? Because they didn't like the fact that they had started all those rumors about him supposedly not being a good athlete. And so when he had success, I told y'all that last year. I said, now when he ran that relay and he ran a decent 400 time, I said, you watch how this BS is going to start up again. And it did. Matter of fact, those same boys that just ran on this other team again, they told us we're not gonna be on this team and da 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 da. Okay, well, y'all lied. Y'all came back to that team. So all these mofos doing all this about supposedly the relays need to be reliable. That's some BS gossip you heard from the first team, and you didn't even know the real story, in the sense that the lady didn't send me the charter bus information. So at the end of the day, I did not even find out they had a van or a charter bus until after the trip, and I was like, that lady is a bitch. That's really how that went. So they'll still be doing this. Do I care? No, because guess what, folks? Now you have enough parents pissed off like me to say, what kind of crazy corruption? This started from a long time ago, when people don't like owning their stuff. And I'm talking about some older folks that know they're actually like some little kids. And how dare this young girl, right, in their eyes, call them to the carpet on it. Well, now it's not just me. Now you have a lot of adults saying, what kind of craziness? When you have 1 or 2 families, right, that you let spill over from school to even AAU track program, you now have what's staring them in the face, which is people saying they went this far. Absolutely. Because when you don't curb that kind of manipulation and drama, you are going to have issues like you do now. And they, in natural fashion, because they forget how corrupt and twisted and ugly attitudes that they have, they're always going to point fingers. So now when I was blogging at the meets and people could start seeing it, like, why didn't they put her son in the 100? Too busy trying to steal my ideas, and they thought I was going to be quiet. Guess what? It didn't happen. But guess what? Karma bit you in your butts, because I now can look at your track program, because you tried to basically make my reputation shit, and say, why aren't your athletes getting faster? Maybe it's what I said before about your methods not working. So rather than let my son have to stay in some BS on top of the lying times and all that, I pulled him out. What you'll also notice is there's a few other boys that did not run. For what? When you have some of the kids with a passion for track that are seeing this stuff, and I know I could basically vocalize that to some of those kids who are like, this is some BS. You don't want somebody that has a truly natural athletic ability in that sport to have to suffer through this kind of manipulation year after year. It had been that same thing. And again, this is why I blogged so much when I say, now you watch how this shit is going to go after J.O. when he didn't get blown out in that relay. They got to start their manipulation over and over again. But now when you're reading the articles about why track is struggling, it used to be that it is the real sport until you have people like these. Trust me, when you're a coach and you're having to fight for one boy's medals because the dad with his stupid self forgot it was the woman who didn't send me the travel information, he didn't stop long enough to think and say, that was so-and-so, she didn't send Kat the information. That's that one piece of it. And then they'll come to the coaches, right, and tell them, oh, well, that one boy, he qualified in the 800 and then on the relay, and his mama didn't even let him go. You have to remember, X was at every single practice on that team, and they still kept jacking him around. And that same coach, and I kept saying, why do you do that? And even some parents then were like, why do they always do that to him? He's been at every practice. So all this stuff that people don't think I've experienced with him as an athlete, BS. So understand that whole thing is when you gossip so long and you keep being proven wrong like they have, the manipulation had to keep up, but not this year because I pulled that one string to where other parents are now seeing, yes, they will go that far. And if you care enough about your child, you'll be like me and start calling him out on it, money or not. And it's funny because when a high school boy can say, oh yeah, they have money, even in his teenage mind, he know, damn, you know what? I could see how if they wanted to start drama for somebody, they would. Yes, that would be the same father that I drove my car around and put the high beams on him because I'm like, I'm so tired of y'all always trying to see what's going on with me. So understand, even then, stalking, even before this summer track, right? They stalk me at the grocery store. This ain't made up stuff. And so when I'm sitting at a restaurant after I finally called you out on your lies and you want to say, oh, she wasn't being patient and all that, no. This is that year, finally, where I got to put everything together so that it's staring them right in the face. So now, again, folks, when you start wondering where's the talent pool in Austin, when you have this kind of corruption going on, the parents that care enough about their child not to want them in that corruption, that's where the talent pool is. You understand where I'm going with this. You have some people who, when their children, and this is the thing about that plateau that I was talking about with track, and they're seeing it. That's why they didn't put the times up yet. They're seeing it, what I'm talking about, where I'm like, yeah, the person's still getting first, but they're plateauing, and then they just start slowing down more and more. Rather than them wanting healthy competition, what did they do? Try to suppress. Oh, so now you got to do the same BS talk. Oh, he's not reliable. You got the story wrong to begin with. So guess what? You the one who had to change your team name because you bought into what some coaches told you, and that was a lie. The problem is when people don't shut up long enough to get the facts. Now the facts are staring them in the face. The times. So you have a 344, 400, 4x4. Understand why I said, don't waste my time, A, with manipulation. And then for that to be the time that they had on their relay, I'm good. Take care.